Guys, Kevin, Life22. It is March, and if I'm nothing if I am not late. And as my father would say, if none of us were late, if nobody were late, none of us would be here. So, let that soak in for a second. And then, so, I don't know if you've been following me on Instagram or Twitter, or I do most of my book completions on Twitter. I do all of my, I've been keeping a journey, which is an app it's a journal that you keep, and you can publish all your stuff on Instagram. And then from there, my Instagram goes out to my Twitter, to my Tumblr, which I don't know what the fuck Tumblr is, but I signed up for it, and to my Facebook. And then if I do a video on there, it sends it to Instagram, but I also post that on YouTube. Like this one right here, we're probably going onto YouTube because that's what it is, and then it goes also out to the journey, and then from the journey, I make notes on it, and then I publish it on Instagram, and then it's just part of the chain of commands. But so, anyways, it's March. First off, I want to find out how your Fit February went. Were you fit, or did you just eat fish? So, I've been keeping up with my jiu-jitsu classes. I wanted to take jiu-jitsu more seriously, so I gave up drinking starting 21st, 22nd? Somewhere there was the Monday after the 15th. 15th was a Monday. It was a holiday. 22nd. My technical director is flagging me down as the 22nd. So we stopped drinking on the 22nd. This is my third week of sobriety, which is, pretty easy because I do Sober October all the time. And there's a couple times a year that I just go sober for a week here, 2 weeks there, a month there. And usually don't advertise it. So it's one of those, whatever. So I'm not drinking. I've been keeping up on the water intake. I've been hydrating. That's what I did. First week I hydrated, let all that water soak in. Second week I started stretching. This is the third week. I started with the kettlebell workout again, 10 minutes in the morning. In week 4, I'm going to readdress my diet. I'm going back to the Gundry diet. Going to cut out all of the wheats and the WGEs and the glutens, and I'm not a big subscriber to the whole anti-gluten thing. I think it's all a farce. But based on the Gundry diet, people aren't supposed to be eating grains. We're not grass eaters. We're not cows. Cows eat grass. Cows don't eat grains. Cows don't eat corn. Not supposed to, right? That's why most cows, if they were to live a long enough life, they'd die of diabetes, because all these problems happen. The Egyptians fed all their people wheat and corn and grasses and things like that, and corn-like substances. And they, like Cleopatra, was known to have died of or would have had diabetes. I don't know if she died of it, but that's all addressed in that diet. Anyway, so I never felt better than when I was on that diet, and I want to get back to that, especially because I'm taking jiu-jitsu more seriously. I need to be able to recover quickly. We did break falls 2 weeks ago, and my shoulder still feels like I crushed my AC joint again. I crushed it on this side last year picking up a sewer main. This year, I racked it 3 weeks ago, which they take a while to heal anyways, but it is what it is. Fit February, picking up. Ended, and now we're into March, and so I wanted to let you know what the theme was, because I figured I was late last month, so you're probably still doing your Fit February, so you have your full month of knowing what the theme is, and we're getting closer to being at the beginning of the month, and for April, in my sobriety, we'll get you on time for April. I'll come up with a theme in advance, if it's gonna be last year's theme, the year before's theme, whatever. But so it is March on. Right? What was it? The previous years? I'm trying to think what we did for March 2 years ago. But March last year was March for Marijuana. It was a promotion. I was just trying to, if you were if you do it, great, do it, promote it, whatever. But there was more or less a lot of people didn't know about marijuana. And I'm not a big advocate, but I'm also not anti. I don't do it that often. I know there's naysayers out there that don't believe me. Whatever. It's not my thing. But there's tons, there's 85% of the people I know in this small city that do it. And it's that's 85% of our, and I know a lot of people. I probably know 50% of the population of Olean. And it's if 85% of the people I know, what is the other 50% of the city just completely straight edge? I doubt it. because I don't know any meth heads, and according to the newspaper, it's on a rise of like 10% of the population. Some crazy, you know what I mean? Like every time you turn around, it's like a meth house gets busted with like, 200 people associated with that address, and it's like they can't all be the same people. So, and I don't know none of those people, so the likelihood that everybody else is straight edge, and that a meth head doesn't do marijuana, But regardless, they're good tangents. Tangents. Kevin doesn't have to be drunk to do tangents. So March on. Last year was March for Marijuana. This year is March on. And in theme of all of our themes, for the most part, being self-discipline, self-growth, making you a better person, making me a better person, making all of us better people to live in a better community together. March on is going to be just more in line with that suit, and that is that you are going to continue on being the better person you can. It's just kind of a general month, right? Like, I know, Kevin, you're fucking phoning it in, Kevin. What are you doing to us? No, but march on. Like, if you're doing something that's good for you, good for you. If you're not aware of anything that you're doing that's wrong, maybe this is a month for reflection for you. And you should sit down and think about all the things that, like, maybe you have bad habits, and just kind of, pinpoint them, work on them, or at least know what they are. I mean, like, even if you're just going to half-ass it, I mean, at least just sit down and spend an hour or two trying to figure out what everything is, like what problems you have. Maybe you drink too much. Maybe you work out too much. There's a thing called working out too much. You ever see those soccer moms that look like they just came out of an internment camp, and it's because they run like 50% of their day is running, and then they go and like put their kids on their back and then run them to school and then just keep running, and then they look like old emaciated crows. And I mean that happens. Almost every runner I know looks emaciated and sick. Like people that do it like legitimately all the time. There's people that go for a run after work, like they spend 30 minutes a day taking a run. Like those people, they look somewhat fit. Or they're trying to get fit. But the people that run all the time, they look like Caitlyn Jenner, which Caitlyn Jenner was in a past life a Olympian, I believe, a world-class runner. So yeah, I mean, and then there's something that makes you emaciated and sick and turns you into a soccer mom. So that's why you don't want to. That's why you don't want to run all the time, because you'll look like a William Dafoe-looking soccer mom. Which is nothing against William Dafoe. William Dafoe is William Dafoe. And William Dafoe is a man. But anybody who tries to look like William Dafoe is a false representation of the man that William Dafoe is. And then you fall, yeah. All right, gang. March on. March on. March on. It's all about you. It's all about being better. Go for a run. I don't know. Whatever fits you, do it. We'll have a theme for you in April. And with Journey, I've been doing more like picture posts, but also trying to pepper in some videos and kind of fill you guys in on what's going on. I haven't felt better than I did today when I started working out this morning, because I ramped through a whole 8.5-hour day of work. I got done. I showed an apartment. Then I got home. I helped June clean up some stuff in the house. I made a bunch of phone calls and some text messages. I'm gonna go watch South Park with little Miley here. We're on season 3. We started from the beginning, replicating my childhood a little bit on the foundations of things that make you awesome and how that builds you as a human being. And South Park is one of them. So we're gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm gonna wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go back to work, and start it all over again. And I feel freaking awesome. So that's for you guys. See you soon.